In the previous class, we have seen the classification based on the numbering system at position number 5. We have also seen the systems like Seco systems, NOR systems, HOMO systems, and how we could give a nomenclature as allo systems to the steroidal system. And then we also saw that there were certain rules for those nomenclature. Now in this particular session, we can observe that we can do a classification based on chemical composition. Now in this particular session, we will be looking for classification which is based on the chemical composition. First example is called as cholecalciferol, which is a part of vitamin D3. Now this is nothing but it's a 9-10 secosteroid. That means at position number 9 and 10 there is a cleavage and hence it is given as a secosteroid and it is a part of vitamin D3. The next example that we can consider for the chemical composition is cyclopamine. In this particular system, when I consider ring A, B, C and D, I can observe that it is a NOR C. That means in a regular steroidal system, ring C should be a 6-membered ring. But I can observe here that it has become a 5-membered ring. Hence the nomenclature has to be NOR. In the regular steroidal system, ring D should be a 5-membered ring, but here it is converted to a 6-membered ring. We can observe that here it is converted to a 6-membered ring. Hence the system is called as homosteroid, and hence it is an example like NOR C, that is 1CH2 less in C ring system and 1CH2 more in D ring system, that is NOR C D homosteroid. An example being cyclopamine system. This is how we can do a classification based on chemical composition. These are a part of important systems like cholecalciferol or cyclopamine drug systems. The next concept in this discussion would be stereochemistry of cholesterol system. Now when I say stereochemistry of cholesterol system, the first system that we try to understand is how many stereo centers are present in a cholesterol systems and how they can be classified under different categories. Now on the screen you can observe that this is a structure of cholesterol system. Now in this we can see that we have got 27 carbon atoms, and then at position number 3, that is C3 over here, there should have been a presence of OH. But for time being we are going to just consider the skeletal structure of cholesterol system. So in the cholesterol system, there are 8 dissimilar chiral centers in the nucleus of fully saturated sterol system. So there would be 8 dissimilar chiral centers. Those chiral centers are position number 3, 5, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14 and 17. Now these are the dissimilar stereo centers or the chiral centers that we can observe in the structure of cholesterol. Let us look at the position. Position number 3, position number 5, position number 8, position number 9, position number 10. Then comes position number 13, position number 14 and position number 17. Now these are 8 dissimilar chiral centers that we can observe. Since the number of optical isomers is given by the formula 2 raised to n, we can get, because there are 8 chiral centers present, we are going to get 2 raised to 8, which is equal to 256 optical isomers. If at all, in the side chain also, that is at position number 20, there is a dissimilar chiral center that also has to be considered, which will be 2 raised to 9. Now the formula will be 9 dissimilar chiral centers, hence the formula becomes 2 raised to 9, which is going to give me 512 stereoisomers. So this is how we can understand that not only in the nucleus system but also in the long chain system also the stereo centers may be observed. Now, if there are so many number of stereoisomers, we cannot just go on giving them, or we cannot just go on considering them based on each chiral center, and hence we have to categorize them for a nucleus system and a side chain system. Hence, the stereoisomerism of cholesterol system is now categorized under type 1 and type 2. Type 1, which is going to deal with the ring fusion, and type 2, it is going to deal with the configuration of substituent groups at C3 and C17. That means type 2 is going to tell about the side chain system and the configuration at C3 and C17. So basically, when I look at the systems, I can say that in the nucleus system, I have to consider type 1. In the type 2 systems, I need to consider C3 and C17. If I look at the configuration of the nucleus, fully saturated nucleus. Now when I say fully saturated nucleus, now this can be considered as compound number 1. That is, the cholesterol system can be said to be compound number 1. Configuration of the nucleus is fully saturated nucleus. There are 6 chiral centers. We can say in the ring system there are 6 chiral centers, which means that 2 raised to 6, which is equal to 64 optically active centers. The few of them may not exist as there is a steric hindrance factors. Some of them may not exist at all because of the presence of a steric hindrance factors. Generally, the techniques followed to understand the stereoisomerism, they are called as oxidative degradation methods. That is, cleavage of certain rings so that we can introduce some kind of functional group, and then further it can be given for the understanding of the ring fusion system. Now let us consider this cholesterol system itself. Let us give this as compound number 1. When I consider this cholesterol system in compound number 1, I am going to ignore C3. That is, I am not going to consider about the OH. And then I am also going to ignore like the system at C17. Instead of this long chain system, we are going to just give it as R. Now R is nothing but the side chain system. Now after doing that, now the structure is just the nucleus system considering ring A, B, C, D with just the nucleus and the side chain to be depicted as R. After understanding that, or after simplifying the structures, now we will be observing we want to synthesize certain isomeric acids so that I can understand about the ring fusion of A, B, C system. Now to understand that certain isomeric acids have been synthesized. Now these isomeric acids can be synthesized by cleavage at particular points. Now let us say that at ring A, I am going to cleave at position number 3 and 4. This is going to give me a compound called as lithobilyanic acid. At position number 5, the proton is above the plane itself and hence it is a simple lithobilyanic acid. If I consider the same system of the cleavage at position number 3 and 4 respectively, but at position number 5 the proton is below the plane, then the system is called as allolithobilyanic acid. That means I am doing a cleavage between position number 3 and 4. Now these two acids are given as Roman numeral 2 and 3. Compound number 1 is a cholesterol system and compound number 2 and 3 are lithobilyanic acid and allolithobilyanic acid, which are isomeric acids because of the cleavage at position number 3 and 4 respectively. Because of the cleavage at position number 3 and 4 respectively. Then again another type of isomeric acid can be synthesized. Again here let us consider compound number 1, that is my cholesterol system. which is just a ring nucleus system considering A, B, C, D compounds. After cleavage at position number 2 and 3. Earlier we cleaved at position number 3 and 4. Here I am trying to cleave at position number 2 and 3 respectively. This is going to give me dicarboxylic acid systems because of the cleavage at position number 2 and 3, giving me isolithobilianic acid, where at position number 5 the proton is above the plane. In the next isomeric acid system, again the cleavage is between position number 2 and 3, but at position number 5 the proton is below the plane, and hence it is called as alloisolithobilianic acid. So from compound number 1, if I cleave at position number 2 and 3, I will be getting a dicarboxylic acid called as isolithobilianic acid, given the number as compound number 4, and the second one it is called as alloisolithobilianic acid, given the compound number as 5. Now these are the 4 isomeric systems that can be synthesized, and then we can consider them in the further discussion to understand about the ring fusion of A, B, C respectively. So what we have done in this particular discussion is we have taken compound number 1 and then cleaved at position number 3 and 4 to give lithobilianic acid. Secondly, we have cleaved at the same position to get allolithobilianic acid because at position number 5 the proton is below the plane. These two are given as compound number 2 and 3 respectively. They are given Roman number 2 and 3 respectively. Secondly, what we have done, we have picked up compound number 1 and then cleaved at the position 2 and 3 to get a dicarboxylic acid itself like the previous system, but the position of cleavage over here is position number 2 and 3 respectively to get isolithobilianic acid, which is given Roman numeral 4, and when the same cleavage is done between position number 2 and 3, we are going to look at alloisolithobilianic acid, where at position number 5 the proton is below the plane. So considering these 4 isomeric dicarboxylic acid, we want to understand in the further discussion how the ring fusion of A, B, C takes place, and hence we can understand about the stereoisomerism in terms of type A system, which is dealing with the nucleus of the cholesterol system. This is how the stereochemistry of the nucleus can be established utilizing these 4 carboxylic acid or a dicarboxylic acid system. In the further discussion, we will be looking at we will be utilizing these 4 acids, and then further we will be understanding about the ring fusion. Thank you.